Former Big Brother Season 24 contestant Alyssa Snider is one of the recently eliminated contestants from this season of The Challenge USA, and she joins me now. Alyssa, how are you feeling after watching the episode back from last night?
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I am definitely experiencing all of the emotions. I mean, it's so different than Big Brother because in Big Brother, you're live evicted. You kind of just feel that experience and you move on. But with this, I'm like, wow, really watching it back, like I feel like I'm back in that elimination ring. And it was so out of my comfort zone. So like experiencing the fear that I felt and like how scary it is to leave the game, like I was really just feeling all of it, but I'm so grateful.
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of like you have to mourn the experience that you already went through firsthand, which is kind of weird. So now,
so much that you don't know already. Like it's like, oh, I didn't remember this or that, or what people are saying. Like when I was up there, I couldn't hear anybody down there. So you're still learning new things too.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Alyssa, so you had what I would consider kind of a rocky journey in the Big Brother house last summer. So how did it compare to your run on the challenge?
I would say the challenge, it's so different. I feel like in the challenge, it's pretty obvious where your alliances lie. Like with your show, you have that unsaid alliance. So I really didn't have to question like, oh, is this person working with me? Are they not working with me? Like if they were from my show, I feel for the most part, people stuck together, at least in Big Brother. Like I really felt like I had Monty, Amira, Tyler, Alyssa Lopez, Tiffany from the beginning. And I feel like they really showed up for me. And in Big Brother, it's like, I had no clue what was going on literally ever.
That's amazing. I can see that. And the Big Brother alliance really was strong this season, which was nice to see. But okay, something else I'm curious on. So it feels like watching this season, you were kind of often seen and talked about as an easy target or maybe even a layup to a lot of the other contestants. So how do you personally feel about that? And did you feel like you had something to prove while you were out there?
Yeah, I think that from people who have watched my season of Big Brother, which I was very surprised, I think a lot of contestants on the challenge had seen my season. They were like, oh, this girl's weak. She didn't win any competitions on Big Brother. She's going to be easy to throw in. She won't come back. I mean, they weren't wrong. I didn't come back, but I did try my best.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, they're going to view me as that regardless. I cry a lot. It's just who I am. I'm really just going to embrace that part of myself. I think I felt like years I fought that. And I'm like, no, I am this big, tough person, but you can be tough and emotional at the same time. So they're going to think whatever they want about me. And I guess I would rather them either think about you either as a layup or a threat. They're going to throw you in regardless. So whatever.
Okay, hey, I think there's a lot to take from that, so I appreciate that. Now, one of the best parts about reality TV is the showmances that we see form on screen. So did you foresee yourself meeting someone that you would connect with in the house and care about, like Tyler and the way you guys connected on this season?
Absolutely not. So going into the challenge, I had just kind of mourned the loss of the breakup that I had from Big Brother. That was a really big relationship in my life. And I was like, I'm going into this single. I'm doing this for myself. But when you're in these environments and you meet someone like Tyler, like you do everything together. We wake up, we journal together, eat together, like we worked out together, we did everything together. And then you just connect so deeply. And we were friends for the first couple weeks of the show, like just friends. And then once that romance started really coming in, I was like, I'm not going to fight this because I care about this person so much. And he made me feel more like seen, heard, and loved than I felt in relationships in the past. So he's a sweetheart.
Yeah, and I think sometimes you just have to follow your heart and trust that. Now, I think, along with myself, I think a lot of the fans want to know, where do you and Tyler stand today?
Tyler and I are just friends. I think the saying hurt people is very true. And we are both still mourning the losses of past relationships. We're growing, we're learning who we are again after coming out of such big experiences. And I never want to lose him as a person in my life. So as of right now, we're going to move forward as friends and we're going to figure our own stuff out. But he's someone I care about so deeply.
Yeah, of course. I love that. Okay, so on another note of your game, tell me what that elimination was like against Cassidy.
It was absolutely terrifying. When I tell you, you could hear it. Like I was saying, like, just keep swimming because I was so scared up there. And it was like a full out brawl. I have a scar, if you can see on my wrist down here. I have her nail marks.
Oh my gosh.
Also in my wrist. Literally took out chunks of my skin. I was bleeding. My pinky was like on the verge of being fractured. It was so much. It was a full out street fight. And I love and care about Cassidy too. So it was so hard. But when you're up there and you're in that, like your back's against a wall, I was like, I'm going to literally give it my all. So we were kicking, we were punching, we were grabbing each other by the throat. Like we were really just out there like scrappy.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, as you just detailed, the challenge can obviously be very physically demanding. So do you see yourself potentially doing the challenge again, or what are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. I think the challenge is like, it surprised me so much. I remember after my elimination, I was just crying and crying and crying because I'm like, oh my God, I just did my biggest fear. My biggest fear was a hall brawl because I'm not this like the biggest person in the room. So I'm like, I'm gonna get literally trampled. But I was up there like street fighting in the sky. So it was almost in a way like harder. So I think like I really showed myself I can conquer my fears, like I can show up for myself. And I put myself in a lot of really scary situations and I always came out alive. So it showed a lot about myself and I would do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. Now with that, what was maybe your favorite part about being a part of the show or just the experience overall?
I think just what we did. So as a kid, I was not the type to jump off the high dive. I was not the kid to take risks. It's not me. I like to play it safe. I was like the nerdy kid who would stay inside and journal. That doesn't make you nerdy, but like I was not as physically active as a lot of other people. And so like jumping off a cliff out of my comfort zone, being strapped to a semi truck out of my comfort zone. And it was so hard that I was like, this is so amazing, pushing through. And then at the end of it all, when we're all out, we're having a drink at the club and we're like, we just did that. Like we're all people and we're all doing hard things and we're all anxious. So it's nice to know that there's a good community out of it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. All of that makes sense. Now, Alyssa, if people want to keep up with you and what's going on, how can they find you on social media?
My name is Alyssa Snider. So with an A at the end, you can find me on Instagram, you can find me on TikTok, and thank you guys so much.
All the things. All right. Thank you, Alyssa. We appreciate it and hope to see you again.
Thank you. Bye.